Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome back to day 5 of my tour. Day 5 was quite a straightforward ride. We started in Challam and rode direct to Skardu via the Deosai National Park. This is the village of Challam in the Astore Valley in Gilgit, Baltistan. It is one of the highest altitude villages in Pakistan, which sits at an elevation of 3,869 metres. It did explain why it was freezing cold last night, and no matter how many blankets we put on, it was still freezing cold. And there was no heating nor hot water in the hotel rooms. This village is guarded by the Pakistani army, as India is just 40 kilometres south from here. Because we were close to the India border and with there being quite a few army bases around here, I was not allowed to fly my drone. You can begin to see the sunrise hitting the top of the mountains. This place is just so serene. This is one of the 3 routes going out from the village of Challam. It goes to a village called Minimurg. I will not be doing it this time around, but I will definitely be adding it to my list for next time. We had our breakfast and are ready to set off now. It did take a while to get the motorbike started and warmed up, as the temperature at night was in the minus figures. We are leaving the Challam village now and riding up to the Deosai National Park. Challam sits on a wide junction road. There is the road which goes to the Astore village and then back onto the Karakorum highway, which is where we came from last night. Another road goes to the village of Minimurg, which is a village very close to the India border. And a third takes you to Skardu via the Deosai National Park. This is the route we are now taking. We were hoping to go to Minimurg, as that route does go past a lake called the Rainbow Lake, which is supposed to be a really nice lake. But the army had a strict rule in place in that a motorbike with an engine of less than 150cc could not travel on that route, and because Usman's bike was only a 125cc, we decided to leave it. Deosai National Park is a high altitude alpine plain located in the western Himalayas and sits at an elevation of over 4,000 metres. It is considered to be the second highest plateau in the world, after the Changtan Tibetan Plateau. The park protects an area of 325 square metres. There is an army checkpoint just before you enter the park. The entrance fee into the park for the local of Gilgit Baltistan is about 10 pence, for Pakistani nationals it's about 30 pence, and for foreign nationals like myself it is about £8. I was telling my nephews that we were really lucky as the weather was perfect. It was neither raining nor snowing, which apparently during this time of year is quite common. And because it is off season, it is not that busy. The roads are getting a bit rough now, and it will be like this all the way to Skardu. There are lots of streams running across the road, and at some places they do get quite deep. stopped off at this I Love Deosai road sign to give ourselves a bit of a break. The views here are absolutely stunning. I just wanted to stop every 10 to 15 minutes to take it all in. Just on the other side of this small hill is the Shigar Lake. The Shigar Lake is 1.5 miles in length and just over 1.1 mile in width. It has a depth of 14 meters and sits at an elevation of 4,142 meters. The lake is reported to be home to as many as 114 species, with crystal clear waters adorned by colourful flowers around its boundaries and offering breathtaking views. This has to be the highlight of the Deosai National Park. It is absolutely stunning. views of the Deosai plains just keep getting better and better. The snow-capped mountains in the backdrop just adds to the beauty of the plains. This ford is actually quite deep, and Usman in front had actually fallen off his motorbike and ended up in the ford. Luckily he did not get injured. I let Ahmed Ali go next. I managed to get through it without getting wet. I did have a joke with Usman here, as I was telling him back at the Shigar lake to take a swim, but he refused and he ended up swimming in the ford instead. This area here is called the Chota Pani or the Kala Pani, meaning small water or the black water. It is a lovely place, and so we decided to give ourselves a break and let Usman make us some tea. We are now back on the road and the clouds just look super amazing. Just before the Shigar River, there is a place with large tents serving refreshments with a mobile internet. We decided to stop off to give ourselves and the motorbike a bit of a rest. We had some nice rice with dal. It just seemed like we had been riding for ages and I had thought that we might have reached the end of the park. But Ahmed Ali checked his phone and told me that we were only halfway. I did not believe him at first until Usman confirmed it.
The middle point of Deosai plains.
Middle yeah, and
This is middle point.
sure.
Yes. Challam and Skardu. Bilkul exactly.
Ah.
And I must say that the ride through the park is very long and very tiring. We got back on the road and are now crossing the Shigar River. Although the road is rough and the motorbike ride is long and arduous at times, the scenery does make up for it all. And on this road in the Deosai Plains, I would not have had it any other way. I do not think it would have been comfortable in a car or a 4x4 vehicle, as I had ridden past these and the occupants in those vehicles did not look like they were enjoying themselves. Maybe next time though, I will get a wheelbarrow in a tyre tube that Ahmed Ali had purchased at Balagord as a seat cushion to make the ride a bit more comfortable. There is a campsite just below next to the river Shigar. I did consider staying here overnight, but apparently it does get very cold. The road here does get rough at places, and the worry I had is that if something goes wrong with the motorbike, such as the suspension breaking or the clutch going, then we would be truly stuck. We stopped off again just to take in the breathtaking landscape. We are on the descent now, and this is the most dangerous part of the ride. Even though it is dangerous, the scenery is just amazing. It seemed like the descent was as long as the descent from the Babusar mountain pass, which just went on forever. But then again, we are descending from over 4,000 meters. We are now at about 3,200 meters and are giving ourselves a rest again. You can just see how big and majestic those mountains are. This lush green lake is called Satpara Lake. It supplies water to the Skardu Valley. It sits at an elevation of 2,636 meters. Just as we left the lake, we entered the mountain city of Skardu, which sits at an elevation of 2,500 meters. Skardu sits at the junction of the Shigar River and the Indus River. It is an important city to the gateway of the 8,000ers of the Karakorum mountain range, which includes the second tallest mountain in the world, the K2, which is 8,611 meters. We needed to find a hotel so that we could take an early rest and then start the next day early in the morning to see what Skardu has to offer. We managed to find a nice little hotel called the Ring Chang Hotel. We ended up staying here for 2 nights and they charged us about £11 for the 3 of us for the 2 nights, which is really good. This is the double room. On a recommendation of the hotel receptionist, we went to a restaurant nearby which mainly catered for tourists. It was quite expensive, and although the presentation of the food looked good, the food was pretty cold by the time it was served, and so I believe it did not taste as good as it could have had it been nice and hot. For the money though, I did not find it was worth it. That is the end of day 5. Watch day 6 where I go paragliding in one of the highest deserts in the world. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.